price of Bitcoin has been rising all day. Currently set at $24,342, having dropped down to $23,500 yesterday. It looks like the price is on the mend, and it looks like a potential breakout tonight or possibly tomorrow morning is gonna happen. Like, genuinely, it depends on where the CME gap closes. So looking at the current price of Bitcoin, it does look very bullish, and we are going to be discussing that in today's video. I'm going to show you my current open trades, of which there are many right now. If we look at my current open trades, I can give you an update on all of these things, but we've got a couple of big ones right here. $30,000 profit on my Bitcoin trade and $36,000 profit on my Ethereum trade, and then a few little tidbits down here that I'm going to explain later on in today's video. So if you are interested in what's to come, some Bitcoin analysis, trading updates, and of course the price of XDP, I'm going to explain what's going on there. And Dafi's been pumping today. Please do drop a like on today's video. We're trying to hit 1,000 likes on this video, so please do drop a like. I'd really appreciate it. We failed to hit 1,000 likes on every single video recently, so if you wouldn't mind, please do drop a like on it. Of course, if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe. We talk about cryptocurrency here on the channel, right? I talk about cryptocurrency here on the channel every single day, regardless of whether you like it or not, because it's a crypto channel. So drop a like, subscribe, and let's crack straight on. So first things first, what trades do I have open right now? Well, I've got a $674,000 long position on Bitcoin right now, $30,000 in profit, having already taken $3,000 of profit out of it. I've got the e-gold trade here that I opened earlier today based off the news that came out about Elrond today. If you didn't already know, Elrond is starting to work with Tencent, one of the world's largest investment companies. Multi-trillion-dollar organization is Tencent, and essentially Elrond is now working directly with them to help integrate their company onboarding into the world of Web3. So that's pretty exciting. That's why I've gone long on Elrond, because same reason as I went long on Algorand. I mean, Algorand basically is working with the Australian government to launch a stable coin, and because of that reason I went long on Algorand. Same reason as pretty much, again, big company getting involved. Elrond gone long right now. The fortunes of this coin have been pretty terrible recently. Again, the price hasn't really risen up at all out of this bear market. In fact, if we go over to the current price of Elrond and we look at the actual price chart on the daily chart right now, Elrond's price has really not risen out of this bear market at all. You can see some significant volume in the past 24-hour period, but all in all, like, Elrond's price has really struggled. I mean, it got as low in the bear market as $32, currently sat at $49. I think that this is basically an inverse head and shoulders pattern, and I think that Elrond is going to break significantly to the upside out of this, and my price target to take profit on this trade is approximately $62, about $13 higher than where the price currently sits, and this for me is a $100,000 purchase that I made today on Elrond, and that's why, again, the price is basically at my entry, but it's minus $400 in a loss. Other trades, Ethereum Classic long position minus $2,000. Ethereum trade, again, that's a great trade. I actually increased the size. No, I didn't change this trade at all. It was the size of the Bitcoin trade that I actually increased, and that's why my entry is much higher. My actual original entry on that trade was $21,300, currently sat at $23,200 because I increased the size of it by 3 times. Essentially, I increased the size of the trade. Other things to point out would be, yes, the Ethereum trade, I'm not going to do anything with that. The Phantom trade, I'm going to leave that open again. That's an $85,000 long position, $41,000 long on Holochain, currently basically sat at my entry. It's also important to point out that I took a $4,000 loss on that trade while the price was down. So again, you don't win everything. I took a loss on that trade, but again, it's going back into profit right now, so hopefully that continues. Other trades that we've got open is a long position, only a $9,000 long position on Spell that's now $1,200 in profit. My Waves long position is currently $3,700 in a loss, and my Zilliqa long position is currently $2,100 in a profit. So all in all, we've got some very nice profits on the board right now. If we're actually to look at the value of that total profit combined, currently sat at a combined profit of about $68,000. So not to be sniffed at, pretty good week as far as I'm concerned. $68,000 of earnings in 1 week is not a bad week, especially if that was every single week. That would be fantastic. And, you know, it doesn't take a genius to work out how quickly that money would accumulate. So other things to look at when it comes to the price of Bitcoin. Essentially, we need to do some analysis on the price of Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin got rejected here at this level of resistance at $24,500, but it wouldn't surprise me to see us have another go at that this evening. From my expectations on what I expect from the price of Bitcoin, I think that around 12 o'clock tonight, the price of Bitcoin is going to get very volatile. If we don't get volatile at 12 12 o'clock tonight, what you'll probably see is Bitcoin stagnates in price over the weekend, consolidates at this price level, and then come Monday morning, we'll see some price move. But while that consolidation is happening, I'm expecting the Bitcoin value of Ethereum to rise, and an altcoin rally should start this weekend, which again should trigger TAP, it should trigger Dafi, and we should in theory see some very bullish moves on the altcoin market. So what are we looking at for Bitcoin? Well, first of all, if Bitcoin's price breaks through this level of resistance here at $24,500, we can expect a continuation of this uptrend. And from my perspective, at that point in time of breaking through this level, we should in theory shoot all the way to the upside and potentially reach around $25,500 tonight. It's also important to point out that if we zoom out on the price of Bitcoin right now, like properly zoom out, Bitcoin is really at the last bastion in terms of, if you actually look at these resistance levels right now, we're literally sat on the cusp of zero volume, zero sell resistance, all the way up to close this CME gap here at $28,900. Now, again, it wouldn't surprise me to see that gap close over the course of a weekend, and then it closes on Monday and creates a massive CME gap between $25,000 and $29,000. That wouldn't surprise me. It's the kind of thing that Bitcoin would do, and then it would drop all the way back down to close that gap. Wouldn't surprise me to see it. We're going to find out anyway what happens, of course, because naturally time will pass and we'll find out anyway. But right now, of course, I am bullish on the price of Bitcoin, especially if we break through this level of resistance sat here at $24,500. The last bastion of resistance sits here, which is the previous level of resistance, the highest point that we reached during the last rally up out of the bear market, and that will be $25,160. If we break through $25,160, we're going up. I've zero doubt about it. I'll increase the size of my long again, and we're going to go gig along on the price of Bitcoin. Of course, if you are interested in trading, please do check out the link for BYBIT in today's video description. You'll find a tutorial linked above my head right now. Click on that tutorial, watch the tutorial, and learn to trade. Another important thing to point out would be, if you go over to cryptosavingexpert.com, within the next week or so, or at least I'm expecting within the next week or so, go on, there we go. Within the next week or so, I'm expecting Crypto Saving Expert, again, my company, to launch a new course. That new course, if you're not already taken some of the courses, you should go to the website. But that new course is going to be a trading course. Currently, these are the available courses. They're all completely free to take. So I encourage you to do so to increase your knowledge. Again, the more you learn, the more you earn. It's a fact. The more knowledge you have about crypto, the better decisions that you make. But we are putting a trading course on here fairly soon, adding to what we've already got. And again, you'll see more and more courses being added all the time, all completely free to take, because I want people in crypto to learn more. Because the more you learn, the more, it's very difficult, it's like a tongue twister. The more you earn, the more you learn. No, the more you learn, the more you earn. That's the one. Anyway, going back to the price of Bitcoin, of course, Bitcoin is looking pretty decent. We are currently getting a little bit of rejection at these levels where we're currently at, but it's nothing of great concern. Again, Bitcoin's been up and down all day. It's been quite a crazy day in terms of volatility, but from my perspective, it's looking pretty good right now. In terms of Ethereum, how is Ethereum looking? Well, we're getting rejected at this control line right here, and we are technically forming a top head and shoulders top pattern. So that's also important to consider. In terms of where we should look for the break below on the price of Ethereum, it will be this level right here. A break below $1,670, which is where this line that I've just drawn is, would essentially mean it would probably break to the downside and then drop all the way back down to this lower level of support here around $1,600, which would be around an $87 drop in the price of Ethereum. Look, if the price of Ethereum and Bitcoin drop over the course of the weekend, I'm going to be buying like crazy. I'm not going to change any of my positions. I'm just going to be wading in like a fisherman into a lake, because I believe that the prices next week, we're going to go up. Some point soon, it's going to go mental. At some point. I don't know which particular day it's going to happen, but I'm pretty confident it does go mental at some point soon. So I'm bullish on Ethereum. Why am I particularly bullish on Ethereum anyway? Even though we've got that inverse head and shoulders, it's because look at this. This is a W reversal pattern forming on the 30-minute chart here on the value of Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So if we actually zoom out on the chart and go towards the daily chart, you can see that essentially we've been bull penanting outwards for a very long time, and I'm expecting this W reversal pattern that you can see right here to result in Ethereum's Bitcoin value to pump approximately, if we just measure the distance right here, come on, where's my measuring tool gone? There it is. The distance of that would be around a 6.7% pump on the price of Ethereum. So I'm expecting that pump to happen at some point within the next few days or so. And that's why I say, look, if Bitcoin's price starts stagnating, all of that liquidity, all of that volume is headed for the altcoin market. And if it's headed for the altcoin market, I want to be looking at things like TAP. TAP right now is forming an inverse head and shoulders pattern. In theory, this should break to the upside, having had a period of consolidation here around 60 Satoshis. If you actually look at the order book right now, it's very thin on the sell side and very heavy on the buy side. This is looking like a very healthy market right now. And as far as I'm concerned, I think the price of TAP is going to rise soon. I know I say it on a very regular basis, but at some point soon, it's gotta go. There's only so long that these things can consolidate for. And of course, TAP has had long periods of consolidation at these levels, which means people are priced in higher. But at the same time, we expect, again, with this inverse head and shoulders pattern, a pump to the upside fairly soon. So that looks pretty decent. But other things to consider are, of course, the price of Dafi right now. And the price of Dafi today has been rising. If you didn't know, today, Dafi put out a statement on Twitter. And that statement said, on Wednesday at 6 p.m. UTC, the announcement is happening. The thing that we've been waiting now for a couple of weeks for is finally happening on Wednesday at 6 p.m. UTC. That gave the market some confidence. It actually bounced off of the outside of this resistance level on Dafi. And currently, it looks like it's headed towards this control line up here, sitting about 3.3 cents. That would be my current estimation, which is around about 15% higher than the current price, is where I expect the price to get to during the course of the weekend, hence why I'm expecting a bit of a pump on the altcoin market. And should Dafi break through this control line here, it doesn't have to go that much higher before there is really zero sell resistance all the way up here, which is around 4 cents. Once it gets to 4 cents, there's no sell resistance at all, and the price in theory could then jump all the way up to 6, 7, 8 cents. I mean, my personal target for Dafi in the next couple of months is 10 cents per coin. Currently sat at 3 cents per coin with only, I think it's got a currently $15 million market cap, so it's very, very small. I expect it to grow 3 times up to a $45 million market cap in the next few weeks or months. Again, in the shorter term is what I favor, but sometimes these things do take a little bit longer than what you expect. But overall, still very confident on the current market cap and growth of Dafi. Ultimately, Dafi is going to go through a binge of announcements very soon. Same goes for TAP, actually. TAP's got some news coming up, some very, very, very exciting news that maybe happens next week. I don't actually know. I should probably ask the team on that one. I think TAP's got some news next week. Either way, going back to the price of Bitcoin, the next thing that I want to discuss is the DXY. So this is the DXY on the 1 hour chart. Bitcoin's been pumping today because the DXY has been dumping. And the DXY actually looks quite unhealthy right now. It looks like it's topped out. And to me, this looks like a rejection of a breakout. As I've been mentioning on the DXY for a while, if we look at the daily chart, from my perspective, essentially, we've got this long-term level of resistance. In fact, if we were to draw that on the chart right here, from like something like this, you can see that essentially we're back trading within this old level of resistance. If I'm to draw on the chart, you can see point. We're back trading within this old level of resistance, and that is pretty good for Bitcoin because it looks like next week the DXY is going to dump to the downside. And if the DXY is dumping, we all know what happens to the price of Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin is pumping. So I'm excited for the market right now. I think the market is headed to a really, really good place. And so from my perspective, overall, the crypto markets are looking very strong. I'm undecided as to whether I'm going to make a YouTube video tonight on the main channel or a live stream. So do keep your eyes peeled on the That Martini Guide main channel. But for now, everything's looking good. Checking back in on my current open trades, I think we've lost a little bit of money during the course of today's video, have we? No, we've not. $68,000 profit overall. What a fantastic week it's been. If you are interested in trading, please do check out the links in today's video description. At the same time, watch the trading tutorial. It's important that you understand how to trade. I made it 2 years ago, but everything in that video is still very relevant, and I'm going to post a new trading tutorial very, very soon. At the same time, cryptosavingexpert.com is going to make a guide on how to successfully trade, or rather, we've already made the guide. It's just a case of uploading it all to the website. So that's going to happen during the course, I think, of next week or perhaps the week after. But go to cryptosavingexpert.com, sign up, make an account, completely free, take the courses on there. You want to make your life better this weekend, go and educate yourself. It's the best way. Do you think that I got to the position that I'm in from not learning and not reading and not doing anything and just watching YouTube content? No, I watch YouTube content to kind of get a gauge on the market, and at the same time, I fill this thing here full of as much information as possible, because the more you learn, the more you earn. And on that note, guys, thank you all very much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, slap a like on it, 1,000 like goal. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.